I bought this truck in near showroom condition. I drug it home, I got it running, I got it driving, and now I'm restoring this truck and sending it back to work the way the good Lord intended. This will be the 6th video in a series on this series. I want to hear lots of disdain in these exhaust tones. If you remember in the last video, the United States Postal Service had to ship this to a third world country before they could get it to my house. What are you doing? There's Max and Mingo. Hey guys. You speak? This is a set of stacks I got for something else. I'm going to repurpose it. You always want to make sure your battery's out before you change the grinding wheels. Oh, girl's right on the edge of not being there anymore. Okay. I'm just gonna borrow this Pro Series jack stand that was holding up the whole truck. That's not tall enough. Dark here, so sun's starting to set. It's getting dark. That side is half-ish done. Now it's raining again. Wunderbar. Safety glasses recommended. I had safety glasses on my head the whole time. I probably should have just put them on. I've spent a small fortune pulling metal shards out of my eye. I wonder how much longer I can go on doing that. Are you too good for your home? get a clamp for this. These elbows are pretty much shot. I mean, these stacks aren't in great shape, but I just want to hear that big cam rip through those pipes. And I'm gonna. They're connected. Should I start this just to hear those things? Yeah, I should. In order to start this thing, I gotta put batteries and fuel in it. I gotta hook up the fuel lines, and then we're really only gonna be able to start it for a few minutes because there's no coolant in it. Let's give it a whirl. I don't have a fuel line hooked up. The battery cables are still there. Let's hook the fuel line up. There's supposed to be a package for us coming soon. It's got a hoodie in it and a shirt. It may be time to change this fuel filter. Looks like a 22-109 or 23-109 or 33-109 wicks. Back from the wallet draining store again. I'm not cutting any of this out. And then this contraption will go here. Tank is connected to the fuel pump. We got new hoodies and t-shirts in the store. Link is always down below. Truck Norris. They're printed on like a Carhartt shirt, so they're not going to shrink and be weird sizes. And I've worn these hoodies for a long time and they hold up really well. Here in the cab, it's time to install the key switch, which this had one and I robbed it for something else. I also have a starter solenoid. It smells the same as the other one, just shinier. Zero days since safety violation. Workplace injury. Always make automotive electrical connections with heat shrink and solder. Pinch it down so it doesn't move. Clamp it gently on your steering wheel. Oh God! It's always nice when you remember to put the heat shrink on before. Otherwise, you get to do this twice. Starter solenoid is hooked up. I got the key wired up, so in theory, with the batteries hooked up, I bump this, it should turn the engine over. Do a little tap test. No arky sparky. Okay. This truck needs 2 batteries to start, but 1 battery should roll the engine over, at least to prove a concept here. Okay. First, make sure we're in neutral. No smoke pouring out anywhere. Nothing. Okay. That's weird. Usually I hook up everything correctly. Okay, I switched some wires around. Let's tap test. Flick the old key switch and see what the devil happens. Ooh. Yep. But which one engages the starter? I've added some more jumper wires. Still not right. Doing a little late night work on this thing, and I have my small candle. So I finally got it hooked up right, I think. And it's that dumb little screw way down there. It's really hard to get to. All right, let's see what happens. That is friggin' awesome. Obviously it's not going to start just off 1 battery. This needs probably like 3,000 cold cranking amps, and these are only 1,000. I also don't know if these are charged or not. I'm going to throw those on the charger overnight. We'll hook those up in a 12 volt series parallel, can't remember. I also need to hook up the wire for the fuel shutoff solenoid. I have the big air cleaner I want to mount here. I don't know what that, I made brackets. Right now it's really only set up for the single side. I will make it work on both sides. Sit here like this. This is all research and development here because I don't know where it actually goes. And so I made my own parts. I want the edge of the filter to line up with this door hinge. See, on an old truck, you just measure everything in paint chips. You just say, I want to go to this paint chip. It's like 2 inches, a couple of paint chips higher than that. I think that's probably a good spot right there for the bottom one. With these marks made, it's 1 5/8 inches from this edge, and the top goes 5 3/16 from this bottom edge. I can transfer that to the other side and have the bottom bracket mounted. Got to do a little polishing. And we got to drill some holes. Pretty good right there. This will probably go in just a little bit, but that's attached. I may need to get like a different angle of this guy, but I should be able to hook it up, you know, should be fine. For temporary, only this side's going to be hooked up. I have the cross member, but I don't have the right boots, so I got to get some stuff. But it looks nice. Fellas, I'm trying to talk to the internet here. Well, that's cool. This one's leaned in a bunch. The other bracket will, you know, straighten and square those things up. It's looking like a proper truck again. You know what would be really cool is if it had a front axle back in it. I'm liking this a lot. All right, let's see if we can get this old girl started again. Okay, I wanted to run into town and get road diesel because I don't have any here, but I'm running out of time today. So let's throw some cherry flavored diesel in this old girl, see if she'll chooch. Good idea to check for leaks. On my battery cables, clean some of these up, and get them all hooked up. I think we're ready. The only concern I have looking at this now is that these are compression fittings on the high pressure side of the injection pump. I'm not sure if that's going to hold up to the pressure coming out of here. They were a double flare. I'm sure somebody's going to have a field day with that in the comments. We shall see. I'm going to try it. All right, I anticipate there to be a lot of cranking because the entire fuel system is new and not bled. It's got a nice cranking sound to it. Smoke over there, and I got fuel here. All right, well, hold on. Okay. Well, it ran. I got the battery charged around boots. Let's try it again. Well, it runs again. That sounds really good. Really wish I could. I need to get up there and look while that's. All right, I found where the fuel's leaking from. Those little hooks down there, I didn't realize those are fuel crossover tubes, and there's a pinhole in that, so we'll have to get some replacements for those. Fortunately, everything for these trucks is like unbelievably common, so. Well, unfortunately, that's all I have time for in this one. I am running out of state to pick up another project that I am not going to tell you about, but I am 359% sure you're going to love it. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you guys want to get some of the merch, I'll leave it linked below, and I will catch you on the flippity flop.